Hello, my name is Greg Dixon, your Kartra Whisperer, and today is going to be the first workshop in a series that I'm calling "Building Your Online Business with Kartra." So we're going to cover a lot of topics over the next 8 or 9 sessions, but today we're going to talk mostly about creating cash flow with Kartra. So before I get into that, some of you won't know what Kartra is. Kartra is an all-in-one business platform, and that covers a bunch of things: landing pages, sales funnels, um, online courses, memberships, help desks, quite a big range of things. Um, some of the other platforms that are similar would be Kajabi or ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is quite close. Then other projects, other things like Samcart, Thrive, Groove, would have some of the features, similar features, or different features. There'd be an overlap. I used to say that Keep was very similar, but Keep is much more customer relationship oriented than Kartra is. You can use you can use Kartra as a CRM, but that's not its strength. Its main strength is creating landing pages where people can either register for things, sign up for things, view things, and pay for things. So I'm just going to give you a couple of samples here of some landing pages, and just to give you a variety. Um, the topic here is creating cash flow, and the most direct way of creating cash flow is to have people pay for something directly, and Kartra is excellent to that. We're going to get that into that in a while, but the main thing is that there are a number of ways of going about it. And I'm going to show you some real use cases about how people are using it, how I use Kartra, and we'll go from there. So the first one here is, and I can get rid of this banner probably. So I've created a website for Rocket Norton, and I've been doing things with Rocket Norton since almost before the internet, so a long time. And this used to be a whole pile of different pages, but now it's more or less consolidated into what you might call a microsite with various sections. There's a bit of history in the rock industry. Um, there's a recital he did recently. He was a member of Prism. And so we have a bunch of photos and videos from Prism, and a couple of ones that need to go remove because they're been gone. He wrote a book called Rocket Norton Lost in Space. In the lines of our topic here is as a payment processor, selling things. This is really a pretty good example. Um, this is running through Kartra. I don't know if you can see this. It's popping up in order form, and and you can order the book, processes the payment, and we go from there. So, but we'll scroll up. Recently, I've been doing a lot of work because Rocket Norton and some of his musical friends out of Vancouver are putting on a concert to combat cancer. And so this too is also a landing page for that. And the main reason for this is to give information about who's going to be there. If you're of a certain age, and especially if you're Canadian or West Coast, you will know bands like Trooper, Loverboy, Prism, Chilliwack, Headpin, Streetheart, The Aaron, Nick Gelder, Ray Ayotte is a drum maker. I know him because as being a drummer, and Tom Lavin and the legendary Powder Blues. And you may even recognize many of the names related to here. So we're not doing the ticket sales through Kartra here. There's a ticket agency that's handling the sales. And then also, we sometimes have collected money for things with Kartra, but here we're sending it to the BC Cancer Foundation. So that's one use of a landing page. I'm going to show you something else here, which is completely different here. Uh, here again, this is Solgar is a large nutrition nutritional supplement company, and this landing page here is specifically oriented towards retailers. So they have their products in probably tens of thousands, maybe 100,000 stores across North America, and they have this webinar series where people come and learn about the products once a month. So this is a September series, and that's about the brain and eye. So that again, that they're not making money directly, but they do make money because in their way, the more their retailers are comfortable with their products, the more they sell. So that's kind of a long-term thing. One of my clients here is the Note Investor University, and they teach people how to buy and sell mortgage notes. That the two founding members are longtime real estate agents and real estate investors, and they've been Desi Arnaz has been learning about doing and training people on using notes as an investment instrument for over 10 years. And I've been helping them launch a university. So they have a weekly mastermind group. They have a weekly university. This is relatively new, a university curriculum. So they've all of the things they think a professional investor needs to know is in a membership area, hosted in Kartra. And then there's a master's certification program. So if you really, they will take people through and they will make sure they're actively buying and selling, trading, and they know everything they need to know to be a completely independent business. And this is done with Kartra. And again, you can sign up for either of these programs. One of the things in terms of commerce here is they have some very complex payment plans. I'm going to go stop sharing for a minute here and talk a bit. And where am I at? So in those terms, the note investing client has very sophisticated pricing for many of the things, and including some of the ongoing professional investor course. Is if you sign up for it, you get a year's worth of the monthly mastermind, and so the pricing kicks in after. So they wanted it to take a payment up front, and then after a year, it starts the monthly payment, and Kartra can allow you to do that. So since that is the topic of our thing here, creating cash flow with Kartra. So how do you go about doing it? Well, it depends on your business, really. So if you have something to sell, Kartra is very good for subscriptions, for membership programs, online programs, one-time payments to something, or a mixture. One of my areas is online courses, creating online courses. I have some courses on creating courses, and that can be a model where it's a one-time thing. Everything's complete, and you sign up and you pay one fee and you get access to it. And it also could be something like a ongoing masterclass session. And what the note investors do is a hybrid. There's a combination of online resources where they can study at their own pace, and there's also live presentations and workshops. So it's a bit. So it depends really on what you want to achieve in your business, how you want to present. But the main thing here is that one of the reasons why creating cash flow with Kartra is I'm a sort of a fan of Kim Walsh Phillips, and I've paid for some of her programs and attended. And if she does something live, she almost always will say something like, she say, repeat after me. If it's not making money, I don't want to do it. And so there are lots of things that you can do that won't make money. I say probably 80 or 90% of the things that I do online are to share information and are not going to make me money. But when it comes down to paying for a platform like Kartra, which is going to cost you at least $99 a month, um, 197 is probably the most anybody would ever need to pay. The limits you'd have to be making, you'd have to have a million people on your mailing list, and be generating huge amounts of transactions to go anywhere beyond the 197. But still, you have to pay for that 197, you have to pay for that $97, and you would have to pay. And if you're not going to do it all yourself, you might want to pay and hire somebody like me to help you with it. So that implies that you need to have a plan in order to make money. And I would say that's where some people who have started up with Kartra and have got accounts, but they don't really have a vision or a way of monetizing it and making money with it. And certainly, I had Kartra for a while before I come up with a way to make money with it. And the other thing is the platform itself. None of the platforms in their own will generate money. They're really a tool to use, and the main tool for Kartra is to allow people to present and take payments. So one of my jokes is I think Kartra really is the name Kartra is some kind of exotic goddess of commerce. And I think when the people who came up with this, Andy Jenkins and the guys came up with Kartra, that's what they envisioned is something that would, the heart of it was a way of taking payments and then everything around it in order to promote that, which could be sales funnels, online courses, help desks, all that kind of thing. And they've come up with a very good infrastructure that can grow with your business, whether you're starting with just one idea. Let's say you've got you want to sell, I don't know, left-handed crescent wrenches, and you've got the only one in town. That's an absurd idea, by the way. But anyway, if you got something that somebody wants and you want to create a single landing page and it's people just land there and they pay you, then Kartra is worthwhile. So that's all you need. If you want to do webinars or training series, Kartra can grow with you and support all of that. If you want to do one or more online courses or membership areas, Kartra can travel and travel with you on that journey and grow with you to go anywhere from hundreds of dollars a week to thousands of dollars and more. My best client is probably making about $1,000 worth of sales going through Kartra with what they're doing. Others are still working on their plan, and one of the reasons I'm doing this series is I need to be a little bit more proactive and help them make money with their Kartra, so they're just not spending money on a platform they're not taking advantage of. In which case, Kim Walsh Phillips is say, well, you shouldn't probably be doing that. Anyway, this is going to go. You can view this at any time, and you can sign up to the list to get notices about these broadcasts. And also I have a membership area where the recordings and a bunch of notes will go into that membership area. And you want to come along if you're interested in learning how to build your online business, especially with Kartra. Some of the things will apply to the other platforms, but I'm going to be using Kartra as the base. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see you soon.